Hello learners, this is Tarannum Jahan, lecturer in commerce. Today we are going to discuss about cost accounting and controls topic, the introduction actually. Okay, the first, when we are talking about cost accounting, we need to know what is the cost. Here we can say a cost is an expenditure required to produce or sell a product. Here we say it says that a cost is an expenditure required to produce or sell a product, which means in industrial term the cost is the value in the money, in the form of money or any commodity material used or efforts or risk taken and the opportunities created together. It can be classified into various types. Here cost will be classified into various types, that is prime cost, sunk cost, factory cost, direct cost, and indirect cost. So basically, cost is nothing but a expenditure that is incurred for the production of
First,
a
we'll see
unit or a
definition
product.
behavior.
Next,
The
we
definition
need to
is
know about costing.
cost.
What is costing? When we are talking about costing, we can simply say that it is a method for ascertainment of the cost. We will see a definition here, and it says costing is defined as the technique and process of ascertaining cost. This is a definition given by the Institute of Cost and Management Accountants. So we can say that it is a method or process of ascertaining or finding out the cost of a particular product, good, or services that we are producing or manufacturing. It is basically a technique only that follows certain procedures, rules, and regulations. Next, we'll see about cost accounting. When we are talking about cost accounting, if we can say it is a business strategy. Okay, first we'll see a definition given here. The definition is cost accountancy has been defined as the application of costing and cost accounting principles, that is methods and techniques to the cost and ascertainment of profitability as well as presentation of information for the purpose of managerial decision making. Okay, then we can say that cost accounting is a business strategy that is meant to give inside information about the company's expenditure. It is defined as application of costing and cost accounting principles. That means we are finding out the costing methods with the help of costing methods and techniques, what is the cost and what is the profitability for a particular product. Now this cost accounting expenditure we are finding out, and this is leading us to the cost efficiency. We are pre-planning, and it also cost accounting also helps in taking financial decisions of the organization. Now we can say that cost accounting also provides us the transparency to the company regarding its financial activities. The practice or uses of this cost accounting also helps the management to look into the areas which require cost reduction and which needs more investment in terms of monetary. Okay, here it says, see, we can find out a meaning in a simplified words that cost accounting is a formal system of accounting for ascertaining cost of manufacturing. That means cost of or expenditure needed for the producing a good or any services, other activities. Now, cost accounting deals with the recording, classifying, computation, and analysis of cost on various bases. It also provides useful information to the managers, employees, government, and other users. With the basically cost accounting helps in the internal management, and it also helps in the external management or providing information to the stakeholders. Okay, here when we are talking about nature and scope of cost accounting, we can say that cost accounting is following certain rules and regulation, and it helps in finding out the expenditure per unit. So we'll see what it says. Cost accountancy is the organized body of knowledge. It consists of certain rules and principles. It is forward looking approach that aims at improving the efficiency of the manufacturing activities. Efficiency, it's when we are talking about efficiency, cost accounting is providing us the deep knowledge, in-depth knowledge about the areas where we need the cost reduction, or where we need to increase the cost to get the efficiency to produce a particular good or service. Here some of the steps that we can follow in the cost accounting nature. It is a process that involves the following steps. The first one is cost ascertainment. Ascertainment means finding it out or finding out. Now, cost ascertainment is the process of determining cost. We are finding out the cost. It is the process sorry, it is the process of determining the cost on the basis of actual data. So the computation of historical cost is cost and cost ascertainment, while the computation of future cost is cost estimation. Here, with the help of this cost ascertainment, we are seeing the historical data as well as we are looking forward for the future. With the help of the historical cost ascertainment, we are finding out the cost estimation to be calculated for the future. Both cost estimation and cost ascertainment are interrelated and are of immense use to the management. Next step is cost accounting. Now, when we are talking about cost accounting, it deals with the recording. Accounting is basically deals with the recording. So we are talking about cost, so it is recording the cost accounting. Cost accounting deals with the recording, classifying, computation, and analysis of cost on various bases. It also provides the helpful information to the manager, to the employees, to the government, and to the other users for this information. Next, it says cost control. Cost control means we are identifying the areas of more where we are incurring more cost and we are trying to reduce it. So cost controls is the practice of identifying and reducing the business expenses to increase the profits of the company, and it also starts with the budgeting process. A business owner compares the company's actual financial results with the budgeted expectations. And if actual costs are higher than the planned, management has the information it needs to take action. As an example, a company can obtain bids from different vendors that provide the same product or services, which can be uh, which can be used at a lower cost. Now, cost control is an important factor to maintain the profitability and development of the organization. Next, we can say that it is a budgetary control. Fourth step is budgetary control. Budgetary control is nothing but it is a process by which budgets are prepared. Okay, and budgets are prepared and they are allocated uh, for the future period, and they are also compared with the actual performance for finding out the variances or differences if any. Now the comparison of budgeted figures with actual figures will help the management to find out the variances or differences and take the necessary corrective actions without any delay. We can say that budgetary control fixes the targets for each and every department, so all the departments are pushed to work efficiently to reach that target. So it is an effective method of controlling the activities of various departments of a business unit. Next, we are having cost audit. When we are talking about audit, that means verification of accounts. So here cost audit means uh, here the cost audit shows the verification of a cost accounts and checking the cost accounting plans that are they for are they that should be followed cost accounts properly or not. And this cost audit shows the accuracy of cost accounting records to ensure that they are following the cost accounting principles, cost accounting plans, and and procedures and objectives that are already set or laid down for the follow. Okay. Next, we have objectives of cost accounting. When we are talking about the objectives of cost accounting, we can say it is just these are some aspects which are included in the business organization, like fixing selling price. It is the aspect or objective of any of the organization. But here, when we are talking in the cost accounting, the first objective we'll see here is a fixing selling price. Cost accounting allows the managers to understand the cost of each product with the right data of cost accounting. The organization can fix a particular selling price per unit of production. In case any organizations deal with a particular service, they can fix the charges for it correctly. Next objective is making a foundation of total cost. Now, making a foundation is the main objective. Making a foundation of cost is the main objective of cost accounting. That means it is giving some foundation. That means preparing or maintaining some standards. With the help of specific foundation of the cost, a company can understand the level of production it can do at a time. Moreover, it can also divide the total cost and theoretically given data or capital into the different sections of productions like job process, organization, etc. Now, next is determining the profitable products. Now, as per the aims of cost accounting, uh, it helps an organization to understand the profitable products. If a company deals with several products or several types of products, it can run a session of cost accounting and select the specific ones that gives the proper profit. This way, it can minimize the chances of losses. Now, the next objective is controlling cost become easier. That means when we are finding out which product is taking more expenses, which is more expensive and which is less expensive in production, we can control the cost. The managerial team for a specific business organization can control the overall cost as per the outcomes of the cost accounting. Generally, every business organization executes this process on a particular period. We can say that quarterly or yearly basis, they determine the exact cost of overall production. It can also save a lot of time by putting the necessary amount in a sector. Okay. Then next we can say it helps in proper decision making. Decision making is a basic attribute or important attribute on which the fate of the business organization depends. Now, cost accounting results act as a first hand information depending on which the board can decide the future moves of the company or the organization. The managerial body of the specific organization has the right to make the decisions about the productions of a company as they are experienced and know the production style of the company. Now, making statements. As we are dealing with the accounts, definitely we need to make some statements for each and every transactions. Now, every business organization has to make statements for keeping records. It is one of the main objective of cost as well as management accounting to provide all necessary data to the company as they are able to make the statement of production at a specific or particular time. Now, making statement is important for another reason also, as it minimizes the chances of fraud and mistakes in the company. One can easily show the statement as the proof that everything is perfect in the organization. Now, the last objective is to enhance the communication among departmental managers. When a management team organizes a cost accounting session, the managers of different departments communicate with each other to prepare the statements and to prepare some other documents. So it also works as a positive attribute of the company. It also shows the positive attribute of the company. It can enhance the interrelationship between the various departments of the organization. Now, next, when we are talking about advantages, we have some, as we have objectives, we have some advantages of the cost accounting. The first, we can say it is a guide for the future production policies. Here, since the cost accounting is very closely calculating the cost, It might be cost or selling price and profitability of a product. Differentiation or segregation of a profit or unprofitable items becomes easier. So this also works on the databases that data has provided some information about information to the costing department about the cost of various processes and activities, as well as profit that product is earning. That helps to the that helps in the decision making and helps in the planning for the future. Okay, then it also helps in determining the periodical profit or loss for a product in an organization. Next advantage is to find out the exact cause of decrease or increase of profit. Now, with the help of cost accounting, any organization can determine the exact cause of decrease or increase in the profit. That may be due to higher cost of production or lower selling price, or it may be due to unproductivity of unused capacity. Okay. Now, next advantage is control over material and supplies. Now, here cost accounting shows us how to account for the cost of material, and it also provides us supplies according to the department. Now we'll see how it works is through the process costing, through the unit or production costing, or through the service costing. That provides us a control over materials and supplies. With the help of this cost accounting, we may introduce suitable plans for wages, incentives, and rewards for workers and employees of an organization. Now, it gives a reliable comparison. It is also one of the advantage. And we can say that cost accounting provides us reliable comparison of products and services within and outside of an organization that provides that will be compared to the products and services available in the market. It also helps to achieve the lowest cost level of product with highest efficiency level of operations. Next is it's helpful to the government and consumer. How it is helpful? It helps the government in planning and policy making about import and export. It also includes the industry and taxation. It is helpful in assessment of excise duty, service tax, and income tax, and many other taxes that should be payable by the company to the government. It provides ready-made data to the government in price fixing. It gives the price controlling system, tariff protection, etc. When we are talking about consumer, how is it helpful to consumer? Means it reduces the prices, reduction of prices due to reduction in cost. That also passes to consumer. That advantage is directly passed through the consumer. So cost accounting builds confidence in customers about fairness of the price. Now it also helps us in many of the tough times in marketing conditions or in slump periods. The cost accounting helps to determine selling price of the product at the optimum level, neither too high or nor too low. Now, when we are talking about proper investment in inventory, we can say shifting of dead stock items or slow moving items into fast moving items may help company to invest in more proper and profitable inventory or stock. It also helps us to maintain inventory at the most optimum level in terms of investment as well as variety of the stock. Cost accounting is an accurate and adequate valuation technique that helps an organization in valuation of inventory, and it is more reliable and exact way of getting the data. On the other hand, valuation of inventory merely depends on physical stock. It takes an valuation thereof, which is not a proper and scientific method to follow. These are the some of the advantages of the cost accounting. Now we'll see the limitations of the cost accounting. It is a bit expensive. We can say it is a bit expensive. It is actually we need to hire specialized person to calculate the cost accounting. So a person who a cost accountant who get hired by the organization is a person who get highly paid also. So highly paid cost accountant and the organization of costing system involves additional expenditure for the organization. However, before installing it, care must be taken to ensure that the benefits derived are more than the investment made on this system of accounting. Now we can say it is little more complex. It is cannot be handled by any general accountant or any other accountant. Cost accounting system basically involves a number of steps in finding out cost, such as collection and classification of expenses, then allocation and apportionment of expenses. Many steps are there to find out or to calculate in the cost accounting. These steps are considered as complicated and require several forms and documents in preparing the reports. This will lead to the delay in the preparation of accounts. So it is more complex. Third disadvantage, we can say it has a limited applicability. That means all the organizations cannot afford it, or they won't be able to establish a cost accounting department in an organization. All business enterprises cannot make use of a single method and technique of costing. It all depends on the nature of the business and types of a product manufactured by them. If a wrong technique or method is adopted, it may lead to the results may mislead to the business, and it is not applicable to small concerns. A cost accounting system is applicable only for a large size business and not suitable for small size business because it is bit expensive. Now we can say lack of uniformity. Next disadvantage. Uniformity. Nobody has a proper pro forma of the cost accounting. Though we have certain rules and principles to be followed, we don't have any universal pro forma for it. This is the greatest limitation of cost accounting system. It fails to conform of any uniform procedure. It is possible that two equally competent cost accountants may arrive at different results from the same information. So it is said that all the cost accounting results are mere estimates and not reliable. Next, we can say it lacks the accuracy. Here, accuracy in cost accounting is relative. Certain assumptions are always made while ascertaining cost to suit a particular situation. Okay, but confusing regarding non-cost items, and they may be confusing regarding certain items like interest in capital, cash discounts, etc. This may include or to be excluded from the cost accounting. There are certain confusions. It also the contribution of this cost accounting for handling futuristic situations has not been much. Cost accounting also does not involve any tools for handling inflammatory situations. Next, we can say it failed in social obligations. Cost accounting fails to take into the account the social obligation of the business. In other words, we can say social accounting is outside the purview of the cost accounting. So, cost accounting cannot be termed as exact science like physics or maths, but it is a subjective art which is practiced based on accounting theories, reasons, and most importantly, the common sense. So, all the decisions of the management are based upon the best judgment of the cost accountants who take into account the various factors while preparing the cost statements, which may not be the same with other cost accountants. But apart from the above limitations, cost accounting helps the management to take the vital decisions with valuable cost figures, without which management today cannot solve the complex business problems. So, thank you very much. These are the things what we have discussed today. We have included the many topics related to the cost accounting. Do like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Stay home, stay safe. We'll meet again in the next video. Thank you very much.